Hello and welcome to Nirmal Bang, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral Dadia. We have with us the closing bell in today's session. Clearly, if you go to see the way the markets have panned out, we did see a positive opening in trade, but clearly the momentum that was there in the Asian markets had a mixed reaction to Bank of India England's announcement that it was temporarily buying up long-dated UK government bonds to restore the orderly market conditions. Basis this, we have the Indian indices as well, which have continued their negative streak amidst wild swings as well as high volatility. You have Sensex as well as Nifty that has shed almost around 250 points respectively in today's session. And we had Nifty, which ended below that, just below the 16,850 mark. So 16,818 is where Nifty 50 ended. Whereas if you see in terms of the Sensex as well, which actually started off with a 500-point gain in today's session, ended the day lower with almost around 190 points. Overall, if you go to see in terms of it's IT which dragged the most. However, auto, finance, consumer durables also ended in the red. Sectors like FMCG, pharma, healthcare, and media were actually shining in today's session. If you see in terms of Asian markets, as we mentioned, a pretty mixed day of trade is what we've seen, and that is something which has had a bearing on our markets as well. Overall, if you see in terms of broader markets again, the Nifty MidCap and the small cap index added around 4/10% and 6/10% respectively. So clearly outperforming the benchmark indices in trade today. So currently, overall, if you see in terms of the market action that we have been witnessing, a lot of global impact is what is having. And the overall that's what is reflected on the Indian markets in today's session. In fact, that's all that we have with regards to the closing bell. Let's quickly move on to the movers and shakers of trade today. A lot of counters which did see gains and losses. So if you see in the terms of the breadth as well, it's been an interesting session of trade today. Let's see which were the stocks that actually gained in today's session. Overall, with regards to the top gainers as well as losers in terms of Nifty 50. If you see in terms of clear gainers on Nifty 50 as well as gainers in today's session, you have stocks like Shree Cement, ONGC, Hindalco, ITC, as well as Apollo Hospitals. These were the five gainers in today's session of trade. Whereas if you see on the losing end, you have stocks like Asian Paints, Hero Motorcorp, Tech Mahindra, Bajaj Auto, as well as Titan. These were the top losers as well. Moving on to in terms of the broader markets, as we know, they clearly outperformed the benchmark indices. You had pharma, which was gaining. So out of that, you had stocks like Spark as well as Suin Pharma, which actually saw strong gains. Whereas Isab India, Mazgon Doc, and Prism Johnson were a few of the other gainers. On the losing end, you had stocks like Varroc, Adani Enterprises, Vakrangi, Tata Investment, as well as Procter Gamble. These were few of the counters which actually were losing in trade today. So all in all, if you go to see in terms of the market breadth as well, seemed pretty much managed. But how the markets are going to move from here on is something we need to wait and watch out for, because a global impact is something which is clearly been reflecting on our markets as well. We opened higher in today's session, but during the day, with the reactions that we saw in the Asian markets as well as the European markets, we've already closed lower for a seventh consecutive session. These are interesting times. There is a lot of support coming in from the DIIs. FIs, though, have been sellers over the last couple of trading sessions. Let's see what's in store in today's session. So we will get those numbers on our Twitter handle today as well. So watch out for the FI and DII number between the 5 to 6 p.m. band. Thanks for watching and have a great evening.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.